Good afternoon, everyone. Before we start the review, may I first invite everyone to invoke the Almighty. We would like to start this program through a prayer led by Miss Rain Martin. She is the Secretary of iRISE.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, and your beloved Son, Jesus Christ, we thank you for giving us another life. We thank you for another beautiful day as we go on through our review today. Please enlighten our minds and give us the strength to participate. Thank you for this opportunity to learn and serve others and help us to always remember the truth of your glory. In Jesus' name, amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Thank you, Miss Rain. Once again, welcome po sa Integrated DOST Undergraduate Scholarship Test Review or the industry. I am Charlene, a grade 11 committee member of Information Committee of iRISE, and I'll be your host for today. Most students are having a difficulty in analogy. It is actually the comparison between two objects or system of objects that highlights respect in which they are thought to be similar. But it's not that easy, especially when you're not fully prepared for it. But don't worry, guys. We have here our speaker for today who will share her knowledge about verbal reasoning. She's a BA Communication Research graduate as a magna cum laude at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. She also got an award as the best undergraduate research paper at National Communication Research Conference at the year 2018. She is also a feature writer. And last but not the least, she is also a Philippine collegian. So let's all welcome Miss Mary Jo Bernadette Evora.
Okay. Hi everyone. Okay, can the host enable my screen so I can share? Thank you for the warm introductions. Yeah, let me know if the screen sharing is enabled. Thank you.
Wait, ma'am.
Naalaw ko na po.
Right? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, ate.
Can you see it? Okay. Thank you. Again, thank you for that warm introductions, Miss. Sorry, didn't catch your name. All right. Okay. So our topic for today, as relayed by the host and my cousin Rain, is all about verbal reasoning. So for today, I want it to be a collaborative workshop, all right? So with you guys, the future DOST scholars, I hope scholar ng bayan, and of course, 2020 survivors. So stay safe, guys. So for this session, the last thing I want to happen is it becomes a monologue, and I'm doing all the work. So I want this to be a collaborative workshop among all of us. So let's do that in principle for today's session. Okay, I don't know how you did it with your other lectures, but let's interact for today. Okay. So with that, just to add into that introduction, I'm MJ, UP student number 2014-41159. And I'm no expert in verbal reasoning, but as you mentioned, I'm a BA Communication Research major. So we eat rigorous analysis of patterns for breakfast. So I think I can adapt that skill or relate that skill in verbal reasoning. And I also graduated magna cum laude. So I think you could learn a thing or two from me, hopefully. But really, I'm also looking forward to learn from you guys. And let's learn from each other today. Learning is a lifetime process. So I wouldn't want to stop anytime soon. So as I said before, major rules. Grab a pen and a notebook. I believe this is the best way to take notes for today's session. If you have your phones, your laptops, I know you prefer that. But for today, I'm requesting to use the paper and pen. It's much, much more effective. And when you take the exam, if it's going to be a pen and paper, so this is a practice too in the medium. Okay? So another one, interact. Open your camera if you can. If your internet bandwidth can afford it, please open your camera. I want to see faces. I'm seeing profile pictures in here. I'm seeing my cousin's picture in here. Kuya, yeah, I think that's Chell. I'm also seeing my cousin Rain. Yes, that's a beautiful face. Thank you for opening your camera. And another one. Hello, guys. You look so young and hopeful. Okay, so thank you for that. So if others shy pa kayo, that's okay. I hope you become more comfortable with our session for today. And I would like us to make use of the chat button. So I'm looking at it now. So I'm going to say hi, everyone. So if you can say hello back and interact this way, that would be nice too. And then if you have cues, no matter how dumb or useless you think it is, please raise it up so we can learn from each other and figure things out. Okay? And also, if you think that your question is dumb or your thought is not good enough, get used to that feeling, especially that you're preparing for a DOST scholarship or you're preparing for UP and, college life in general. You have to accept that feeling and, grow from it. Okay, so enough for that. Thank you so much for showing your faces and utilizing the chat button. Okay. Now, I just want to hear from you guys. Just to get to know, since we're learning from each other today and we're having a collaborative workshop, I want to ask you, what's your dream course and dream university and why? So we have a cozy number of attendees for today, and I really like that. I'm not a fan of huge crowds. So I'm going to randomly call at least 3 names. Okay, I'm not going to call on my cousin, so you can relax now. So I think I'm having trouble viewing the names of those with open cameras, but I'm calling on the lady with the long hair who's wearing a red polo or t-shirt. Can you answer this question for me? What's your dream course, dream university, and why? Yes. Dana. Okay.
I actually haven't decided yet po.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. A lot of freshman college haven't decided actually. When I first get into UP, I was not decided yet. Okay. So that's okay. How about the girl wearing a yellow shirt, long brown hair, I believe. There.
Hello po. For now, I think I want to be a civil engineer. And my dream university actually is UP. I wanted to go to UP because I don't know. I feel like I feel like they have the one of the best teaching method for engineering students.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Fermina. Okay. And then I want to believe that you're not saying that because I'm the speaker and I'm an ISGA. UP is really a wonderful place, and I think the largest college in UP is engineering. So you will have a lot of college mates who feel the same way and loves the university as much as you want to love it. Okay, so next one. Let me call on, I think, okay, just open your mic, Allen Leoncio. Okay. Hello? Hello? Magparamdam ka kung naririnig mo kami. Okay, sa morning, Allen Leoncio. Okay, so I think the internet connection of Alan is not with us. It's not aligned with our goals today. So last, I'll call on Kyla Alcoriza. Can you share with us your answers for this?
Hello po.
Hello.
Marami pa akong gusto, pero ang main po talaga gusto ko is maging geologist and industrial engineer. And my dream university po talaga is Mapua University. Pero mahal po tuition fee. So, gusto ko rin po mag-UP or Bulacan State University.
I see. Okay. I think I know a lot of engineering majors in Mapua. Actually, the engineering course there is really difficult. I think that's their pride course in Mapua. So I get why you want to be in there. And I think the best wish that I can give you is good luck, because I think my friends in Mapua are still in there for reasons that I think you will know once you get in there. Okay, so thank you so much for sharing, and I am happy that I get to know a piece of your life in this by answering this question. And I believe we're all here today to pass an exam. That's our goal, so we can move forward to achieving this dream course and dream university. Okay, so I would like to believe that this session for today somehow helps you get a step closer to that dream. Okay, so next. Okay, so for today, our topic is about verbal reasoning. Rain and iRISE diligently give me a briefer questionnaire set, and they mentioned that it's a test for your ability to understand, analyze, and interpret information. So with this brief and with this test, I have deduced 2 key points in verbal reasoning that you should learn in order to have a mastery of this type of test. Okay? So our first part for today is about DTR, word patterns. And then part 2, we'll discuss about how to read by not reading. All right? Can someone tell me what's the meaning of DTR? Can you type it in the chat box? Does anyone know the meaning of DTR? No right or wrong answer, just guess. Okay, so I'll give 5 seconds. 5. Okay, thank you, Kyla. Okay, that's right. Define the relationship. As the host mentioned a while ago, It is about analogies. And analogies are basically just defining the relationship of one word to another and replicating that relationship into another item. Okay? But more about that later. We'll divide it into segments so we can learn step by step. Okay? Okay, so let's get ready for part 1, PTR word patterns. Okay, but first, a short practice test. All right. So now everyone, please tune into the chat button. And then I'll give you 30 seconds per item and then chat the correct answer in the chat box. Okay? So first question. Okay. I'll not read it for you guys. You're old enough to read it. I'm not seeing any answers. Okay, Kyla. Go. All right. Next question. For 2. Okay. May bumabawi ng answer Okay? Okay, let's go for Q3. Okay, then, okay. Next, Q4. Sorry. Okay. All right, and then Q5.
Di ko alam. Second one.
Okay, and then let's have Q6.
Weird.
Guys, don't Google it, Okay. Next. This is the last one. Okay. Ay, sorry. I have Q8 pa pala. Okay. And then, number 9. Ito, last na talaga. Yes, dapat D, walang question mark. With conviction, Miss Joy. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of our practice test. So, a question for you, is it easy, sakto lang, or is it difficult? Lang. Okay. How about the others? Rain. Ay, si Rain pala yun. Rain, sakto lang. Okay, sakto lang. So, ano ba to, pa-humble kayo? So, not easy yung sagot? Okay. Actually, 30 seconds is a long time. Dapat pala 10 seconds ko lang. But you get tons of this and you have to answer it right away. So let's discuss some tricks and patterns that you can use and apply in so many items in the actual test run. All right. So for our lesson number 1, be sensitive on relationships. Okay? So, wag humugot yung iba. Let's just talk about verbal reasoning. Okay? So, understand that each item has a limited world within it. It has its own rules and customs, and keep in mind to never go beyond it. Okay? So, if my common sense or practice na you want to apply a general rule in that item, so sometimes it will not come into play because in verbal reasoning, each item has its own rules. It is a world in there. So I think there is a teenage novel that says about little infinities from 1 to 2. So it is like that. So in each item, there are little infinities in there, little infinite rules and customs that you have to observe. All right. So in number 8, the correct answer is D. And I think lahat kayo got it correct. Okay? So, himayin lang natin ng konti yung thought process in here. Kung gusto natin gawing complicated, kasi medyo madali lang naman this one, di ba? But the logic here is that you look at the given part. The sing is to anthem. And our brain automatically thinks, what's the relationship of sing to anthem? Sing is the verb that actualizes the noun anthem. Because one sings an anthem. Okay? So we're looking for a verb counterpart. And we know that play is a noun. So I know na play can be a verb. But the rules in this world, in this item, says that it should be a verb-noun relationship and should have a strong connection. Okay? So in here, we choose what actualizes or make a play going. And the answer is D, act. Okay, so that's how, I think you didn't notice it or it's not, parang hindi nyo hinimay in your brain and automatically just pass through it. But it's the logic that we are after here. So if you find yourself not knowing, if not on the same words, the following rule applies, or the following lesson or tip is to be sensitive on relationships. Define the relationship of the words to each other, and you'll get the right answer. Okay. But there are many types of word relations. Actually, with the material that iRISE gave me, I have deduced 3 types of word relations. Okay, factual, vocabulary, and grammar. And let's see kung ano yung examples. in the items. Okay, so factual relations, ang code natin for here is A is to fact on A and B fact on B. Okay, so in here, Newton is to calculus, Copernicus is to blank. So the thought process is Newton's area of expertise or legacy is calculus. So we're finding for that area of expertise or legacy relating to Copernicus. And that is astronomy. Okay? Factual relations are very common in verbal reasoning. Next, vocabulary relations. This is also a common one. And one that is many is antonyms. A is to antonym of A. B is to antonym of B. So here we see anterior is to posterior and front is to blank. So we know that what is the DTR? What is the relationship of anterior to posterior? And we know that it is an antonym vocabulary relation. So you just find the antonym of front, which is hind. Okay. I know this is all like simple thoughts, but I will have a question for you later. So please tune in and take notes. Okay, next one. This one, medyo hindi natin napapansin kaagad, and we should, if we have the time, practice and read more about word history. Okay, so in here, we have geo is to earth and pharaoh is to blank. So this could be, geo is Greek from Greek ge, which means earth, land, country, while pharaoh is Latin, ferrum, which means iron. Okay, so if you have the time, actually you have the time to read up on etymologies that have become prefixes, suffixes, and other word components. Please take note and take the time, and it will really help you a lot. Okay, but on the other hand, yeah, it is about word history, etymology, origins. Okay? Next, synonyms. This is a very, if not the most common vocabulary relations you can find in a verbal reasoning test. Okay? In here, we have just the word lambast. And it's not a common word. I think many have gotten this wrong, or others took the time to Google or use the dictionary. So it simply means criticize harshly. Censure, condemn, castigate, scold, attack are some of the word synonyms. Okay. But I know you know this relationship very well. But you should mind and be sensitive about this dictionary format because it is very common and can confuse you at times. Because I said earlier that we are defining the relationships that exist in each item. All right? But what if there's no relationship to be found? We just have a word in here and a blank. Wala kang pagbabasehan ng relationships from other given words. That is common in verbal reasoning tests. So when you see this, just a word and a blank, just think about the dictionary format. Okay? Word, ano ba ang format ng dictionary when you look for a word? So you have the word, and then alongside with it, directly alongside with it, is its meaning. Okay? And under that, you have the synonyms, the antonym, and sometimes you even have the origin, etymology, place, country, etc. So if you are just given a word, parang don't think of it as a trick question or that pwede niyong ilusot lahat. Kasi wala ka naman pagbabasehan. Sometimes, actually when I shared this one to my friends, parang verbal reasoning nga. So you can reason anything. Marinade can relate to lambast. Pickle can relate to lambast. Just, di ba? You can reason it out. But if you know that this format exists as a standard, you would know that they are either looking for a meaning or a synonym or an antonym or an origin. But the best bet is the synonym. Okay? So here, we know that the answer is censure. So when you can't find the relationship, maybe it is a standard dictionary format that you have, yun yung relationship mo na pagbabasihan. The dictionary relations, the relationship of the words in the dictionary. So that's a key takeaway in vocabulary relations. So when you just have a word and a blank. Okay? And at times, it can be antonyms too. And then, last but not the least, in word relations, we have grammar relations. Okay? This is very simple. Do is to does, so rest is to rest. Because does is the singular simple present tense of do, and rest is to rest. Okay? So, I know na kinalumaan na natin yung mga, I think yung verb will na tinatawag, verb tense na will, na from past, present, future, past participle, it's the time to review on those, the basics, because you will have countless of items in the test about this one. And this is if all of the vocabulary in real life, grammar is really handy. In any job, you write countless of emails, formal emails, and outside of this DOST scholarship test or any test you will have to take in school, you will bring this with you at work. So if you review now intensely, it will not just help you in the test, but also in your future occupation. Kahit pa engineer kayo or somewhere in biology or geology, this will come in handy. Okay, especially if you're requesting for funding from international organizations. This is a proof that you can do what you are promising in your scope and limitations and in your proposal. Okay? So, to sum up the DTR Part 1 World Relations, I want you to observe this. Okay? So, we have factual, vocabulary, and grammar. What can you say about this set? Any thoughts? Okay, so I am not relying on volunteerism. So I am calling on, I think I haven't heard from Ingrid De Jesus yet. Can you open your mic and answer my question? Do you have any thoughts about this set of words, Miss Ingrid?
Hello, I'm iRISE po. I'm currently using my sister's account po.
Okay.
So, napansin ko lang po, parang more on, grounded po siya sa vocabulary and grammar po. So, kailangan po na mas marami kaming words na alam para po makasagot dito. Kasi po, mahirap po yung mga i-identify agad-agad yung relationship. So, kailangan po magbasa po talaga sa mga like dictionary, mag-browse po and such po. Ayun po.
Okay. Thank you, Iris. Okay, I want to hear a male voice. So, Carpio.
Hello po. Yun nga po, para po marami pong malaman po na relations, kailangan din po na magbasa po ng iba't iba pong books para po mas lumawak pa po yung vocabulary po. And pag-aralan din po yung mga basic grammar rules. Ganito.
Okay, thank you. Actually, you got it right naman. When you when you think about verbal reasoning, parang skill siya, di ba? Because you are being tested for your critical thinking skills in identifying their relationships. But you wouldn't know or identify the relationship if you don't know the meaning of the words. If you don't know your facts, your history, your science. I mean, if you see Newton, calculus, and you have no idea where that came from, you wouldn't identify that Copernicus is into astronomy, right? So, I believe na all of you in this call, like my cousin Rain, are diligent students. So, if you have been studying hard in your high school life during these times and have invested in reading a lot of books, reading the news, spent time knowing about interesting things, listening to TED Talks, informational videos, and the likes, this is the time to feel confident. Because this knowledge cannot be rushed. Okay? So if you believe that if you know for yourself that you have paid your dues, you worked hard, so this is the time to, parang it's payback time. It's the time to added confidence ba to yourself that in verbal reasoning, this all will come in handy. Kasi lahat ng natutunan nyo from high school, grade school, it will all play in verbal reasoning. Because second step mo, second level na yung relationships. One is knowing the basics. So you can't think critically from a set of words if you don't know what they mean. But hindi pa naman huli ang lahat. So you still have time to review, but this time, make an extra effort. So if you think na nagkulang kayo from your past years of you haven't studied hard enough, or naging lenient kayo for some time and you really want to get a scholarship right now, make that effort 3 times or 5 times, because it will not be easy and you cannot rely on stock knowledge. And that's, a fact. And read up. Start with reading the news. Rappler is a good site to learn, to expand your vocabulary, to check on grammar. I know Rappler has a reputation of being biased, but when you think more critically about that phenomenon, then you would pass by that. But I'm not going to discuss it right now. But if you want to expand your vocabulary, first is read the news. And then read for leisurely. I hope some of you are still into novels. But if not, try starting up on short stories. I would not recommend poems though, because sometimes they don't apply the grammar in there because it's more into art. Okay? So that's a tip. But when you're already inside that test, so those tips, it will come in handy before the test because we are preparing. Like right now, we are reviewing. But when you're in the test and you still don't know and you are confident that you paid your dues and you still don't know what the item is all about, you still don't know the words, a trick is to eliminate. When you're in doubt, eliminate. If you don't know the answer, check what's not the answer. Okay? Qualmishness. Number 7. Okay? For myself, hindi ko din alam kung ano tong qualmishness na ito. But we can eliminate. Okay? So, first thing to consider, it's in the dictionary format. And the most common type of vocabulary relations, as I discussed earlier, is a synonym. So, when you are thinking, think mo muna synonym. Mamaya mo na i-work on si antonym and si word history if synonym doesn't play out. Right now, the rule of this equation is synonym. But even if you know that it might be a synonym and you still don't know the word, that would be hard too. So, mind the word format. Mind the tense or the word format. Qualmishness, like other ness words, is a noun. Okay? So, let's eliminate the adjectives ready and fishy. Okay? Alright. So now we have 50-50 chance of knowing what's the synonym of qualmishness. Okay? And then, when you're already in this one, you don't know what qualmishness means. It can either mean calmness or nausea. Okay? When you're in here, just think of real life situation. Calmness is a buzzword right now because of all the mental health conversations. So if you read the news, it's all and most likely they will mention about mental health. You will know the related words to it. Calmness can also be used in spas, diba? And prior to pandemic, spas are a big thing. Okay, but you think, have you ever heard of qualmishness in relations to calmness? Okay, because just position yourself in a world about the calmness words that you can relate to it based on actual experience. Okay? So for myself, ako, never ko pa siyang narinig in relations to those. And I'm confident that I read about mental health. Okay? Next, but that's still not enough to choose calmness. Okay, so fifth step, be wary of tricks. Okay, actually, our research majors, my major, we participate in creating tests like this because the goal of the test is to know if you can fit, if your knowledge fits in UP, and that's a research problem. Okay, so a way to consider your application is to put tricks in there and see if you can identify them. Okay, so the use of ness, okay, could be a way to sway you in thinking they're synonyms. Kasi qualmishness, calmness. So parang psychologically, magkapareho na sila ng ness eh. So maybe qualmish and calm are the same. But why would their ness syntax or the ness word format be applicable for two already similar words? Diba? So most synonyms, pretty, beautiful, ano ba? Huge, big, siguro in some world, blue, turquoise. They have different syntax, they have different letters because the moment you ask yourself for a synonym, you're looking for a different word na, diba, that mean the same thing. So why would the same meanings have the same syntax pa? Diba? So in that parang mode of thinking, that will lead you to eliminate calmness as well. Okay? So the right answer in here is nausea. Alright? So, there. Okay, that's your lesson number 2. Ito, I noticed that many of you didn't know this and it took a lot of time. Lesson number 3 also is that if you already did your best before the exam, you tried to eliminate, but you can't really do it, it's time to move on to the next item. Okay? Accept that you don't know everything. Okay? Try taking the pressure off starting now because you would need that skill in college. You cannot be pressured all the time. That will be exhausting and that will be counterproductive. So a tip is just to enjoy the test. The perspective here is that there are little words inside each item and you're taking part of it. Diba? Isn't that exciting? And here we have the word Wira. And the answer is woe. And you would only know that if you are have the time to have be exposed in Irish culture, which is not common, di ba? Wira is an Irish interjection to express grief or woe. Okay? So parang siyang ouch. Ouch is to pain. Parang ganon. And this is not common. I didn't get this right also when I took the test because I'm not keen on Irish things. And a lot of Filipinos are not into that. Are not close. We don't have strong relations as a country with Ireland. So when it comes to this, there really is no trick. You cannot eliminate because, diba, Wira is an interjection and that's hard enough. So when you get into this point, just move on to the next and do as many as you can. Okay, and just go back to it and then review also the rules of the exam. Okay, so if it is a right minus wrong, just take at least 5 siguro that you don't know and guess it. But if you really can't vouch into it, wala kang chance or percent of confidence, then don't do it na. But if it's not a right minus wrong question, then just guess. Okay, so that's it for the word relations. Okay, recapping this part. So we learned here that in this area of verbal reasoning, you have to be sensitive to relationships, factual, vocabulary, and grammar. Okay, and we also learned here to take note of the dictionary format and word history. If you don't have much time for synonyms, antonyms, grade school and high school would have prepared you for that. Focus on etymologies. Okay. Number 2, when in doubt, eliminate. Okay, mind the word format. The first thing you can do is if you're looking for a noun, cross out verbs, cross out adjectives. Okay, and then think of real life situations to apply it and be wary of tricks. Okay, so may mga psychological tricks minsan sa test and you don't want to fall into that. Okay, and lastly, accept that you don't know everything, and move on to the next question. And relax and enjoy the little words in each item. Okay? So now, let's have a apply what you learned speed test. Okay? I will give you 10 seconds per item and then just uh, type in the correct answer into the chat box. Okay, let's start. Q1. Yeah. One. Okay. Okay. Miss Joy, sorry. Miss Joy Sabelo, can you open your mic and tell us why you answered letter D? You can't open your mic. Okay, just type in it. I think it's very simple naman. Okay. Okay. So carbohydrates is a nutrient, right? And glucose is a type of the nutrient carbohydrates. So to follow that relationship, proteins is to lipids. Okay. Next. Uh-huh. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. This is a giveaway question. Let's now go to the third one. Okay. Ngayon ko lang naisip, baka naggagayahan kayo ng answers Okay, so I am going into a gallery view. This is a nice question to discuss. So I am hoping that Aliyah Kalara can open her mic and explain why you answered letter A.
Hello po. Nabasa ko lang din po kasi yung word po na yun sa isang novel po. And yun nga po, sa pagkakaalala ko po, parang ang meaning po nun is parang same po sa pagiging competent po. So, ayun po, yun yung pinili ko.
Okay, I have a question though. If you haven't read that novel, how would you approach this question?
Baka po mag-eliminate. Pwede yun po yung sa dictionary format po, yung word to synonyms format po.
Okay. If you're about to eliminate, what words will you eliminate first?
Yung letter... Isa lang po ba?
Kahit madami, mas okay.
Yung letter B or C po.
Okay. Kasi parang synonym sila, di ba?
Apo.
Okay. Thank you. Next question.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Alright. So, meron nag-stand out. Rain. Can you explain why you choose huge?
Nalito ho. Late ko lang ma-realize na mali.
Okay. Bakit mali yung huge?
Kasi yung ano ho ni huge, big, yung synonym ni huge, big. Ayun. Tapos yung tall po ang synonym ay towering.
Okay, visual, di ba? Kahit di mo alam yung towering, the towers itself goes tall, not horizontally, di ba? And then, not all things that are huge are tall. Okay? So, that could be a trick question on itself as well. Okay? So, here. And then, Q5. Yes, may pag-asterisk pa talaga. Ah. But that's a nice practice actually kasi when you don't know, minsan lagyan mo lang ng mark and then get back to it kapag may time ka pa. Okay? Okay. So the answer here is kids. So yay, congrats everyone, or I hope di kayo nagkokopyahan sa mga naunang tumagot. Next. Okay. An easy one. Next. Okay, pretty okay. Ikaw naman, Chel. Why did you answer letter D? Go, Paes. Joke lang.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Siguro dahil doon sa traffic lights. Yun yung
Yeah.
nakalagay.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so in like I mentioned, di ba parang merong factual relations, vocabulary, and grammar. But in all of this, important yung experience itself. So that would also count in the test. So in here, wala namang direct, di ba? Green always means go in different scenarios, but most common is the traffic lights. So, good job on that. Okay. Before we proceed to part 2, which is more fun for me, do you have any questions, thoughts, wild thoughts, something? May caller ba tayo? Okay. Ano bang epekto? Spiral of silence effect ang nangyayari sa mga webinar. If you want to explore that theory, you can, it's a well-common phenomenon. Okay? So if you don't have any questions but you still have, okay lang naman, just give it to Rain, and if I can answer even beyond this session, it's okay. Okay. SKL. Ano ba meaning na SKL?
Share ko lang.
Share ko lang. Oh my God. Iba na talaga yung generation nyo. SKL. Ano naisip ko dito? Sangguniang kabataan. Share ko lang po. Pag sa relationship po kasi, parang sa choices po ako nakatingin. Trial and error. Bigyan ng labels ang words po. Okay? Share ko lang. Sa choices siya nakatingin. Hindi, okay? So, trial and error. Actually, the trial and error is another term for parang the elimination system, di ba? That's why, actually, kaya I emphasize then on reviewing the facts, your past lessons, kahit na parang cliche advice yon, and also to read a lot, is because the elimination method can only get you so far and it takes time. Imagine if you have the item, you know what it means, you're looking for the right answer. It's a line, parang connecting the line lang, di ba? But if you don't know, then you would have to, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, minsan 5 pa kung hanggang letter E. So the elimination method is not the most efficient method. So if you can go straight and trust your instinct and know your lessons, you can have an edge, an advantage. Okay? So, ayun lang. Okay. So, the trial and error, hindi siya yung first na dapat mo na, na measure of, parang, yun yung una mong way. The way is to really review, prepare before the exam, and then just the second step, yung the trial and error part. Okay? Bigyan ng labels ang words po. I think this will work yung sa noun-verb relationship type. I think pwede itong method. I think everyone can take note from Carl then. That po talaga nagbabasa ng mga books, novels, or big help po for vocabulary. Yes, and also sa iRISE, di ba? Lahat na lang online today. So yes, read a lot. I know tempting because lahat na lang, K-dramas, Netflix, di ba? It's all being fed to us in moving pictures. And all of that, common, di ba? Conversational. And conversational words doesn't make it to testing your verbal reasoning ability. So, best to read books pa din. Okay, thank you. Alright, now let's go to this one. Di ba kayo na-intrigue how to read by not reading? Okay, so reading comprehension. So, this is a trick actually that I learned before the UPCAT that have saved me like 30 minutes. And in an UPCAT exam, ASET, or any other college exam, that would come in handy if you have extra 30 minutes to go and review your answers. Okay? But first, another test. So, alam ko, puro tayo Q&A today, Beth. Nagre-review tayo. So, let's continue. Okay. I will give you 1 minute for this. Okay? Q1. Okay, let's move on. Sorry. Actually, reading comprehension, anong tawag mo doon? Ironically, sometimes it's not about reading and more about comprehension. And not necessarily comprehension of the paragraph. Of course it is, but it's not the main one. Okay. The most important lesson, if you would only take away one lesson for today's session, is this one. Okay? Read the statement or questions first. You are being intimidated by test makers by putting a lot of words in your face. And thank you for all those who have their cameras still on. I can see the parang, what the, ang dami, di ba? And in the actual exam, you will have more of this and so little time. Because it's not really, the intention is for you not to read the whole passage. The trick is to go into the statement first and know what you need. Okay? Read the statement, know what you need. Scan the passage to find what you're looking for. Scan ha, not read. Answer and move on to the next. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay? The most common mistake is that you feel as if you need to understand every word for you to answer the question. Okay, just a reminder, you will not write a paper on it. You are not tasked to write a reflection paper. Okay? So just look at the statement, know what you need, answer, and then move on. Okay? I can see na lahat kayo parang gusto nyo basahin muna lahat. And then, that will make you feel na confident kayo sa decision or choice nyo after. But hindi mo pa nga alam yung hinahanap mo, binasa mo na kaagad. So, read the statement or question first. It doesn't matter kung ang dami mong maintindihan dyan if lahat naman yon ay flowery words lang. Okay, dito ako nagtaka. Number 3, this question is the easiest one. Pero ang tagal or 2 lang ata yung sumagot. It is right there on the first sentence. Okay? Mars were fined by the Environment Agency for breaches of European carbon trading rules. If you read the statement first, the Environment Agency enforced European carbon trading rules. And it's all in there, almost word by word. Ang nag-iba lang, enforce and find, which is actually means the same thing lang. Di ba? So, it saved you a lot of time. If you read the statement or question first. Okay? So, if you have only to take one lesson for today, please have this in mind. Okay. Next one. Ito din, di ba? Ang daming words. Neurons pa. Oh my God. Cells. Billions. Parang ang daming nangyayari. But ang statement lang naman is so simple. MRI technology is useful to conduct research on the brain. I think ito yung marami nagsagot ng I think false. Hindi pa ito yun. True, di ba? So actually, kahit nga hindi mo hanapin yung buong statement, just the keyword, MRI. And it stands out, di ba? Kahit iscan mo lang siya, there's it is, MRI. And just read the sentence in there, and then you have your answer. Okay? And it's not a tricky question naman since, alam mo yun, in real life, even outside of the passage, it applies. Okay? Next one. Context clues are forever. So alam ko, sa lahat na lang ng reading comprehension, sinasabi to, but it is your best friend in verbal reasoning. So dominant interests, ang dami na naman yung sinasabi. Tignan mo lang if what are the choices, and then if you look for the last 2 words, it's just as left alone. Okay? So, elimination siya. May nakita kong authorization, maybe because it's about government transactions. So, be wary of those psychological tricks na para just find the word related to government and that's it. Okay. So, kung yun yung thinking mo and you know of that psychological trick, you will rule out authorization and centralization. Okay? And then, just the word alone is very defining. Okay? And nakaka-relate lang siya sa elimination. Okay. Next one. Lesson number 3. Do not ever go outside of the passage. Okay? Parang, it's the, kanina pa natin pinaulit-ulit na each item has its own world. Okay? And you are tasked to understand that world. Okay? So in here, pag binasa mo yung statement, companies increase shareholder dividends when profits fall. Dito maraming nagsagot ng true because if you know how the world works, companies works, dividends, shares work, through movies, through this is true, diba? So, ang common pitfall is that you will say true kasi totoo siya sa real world. But, totoo ba siya sa passage? First sentence mo pa lang, it is on talking Centrica, the company. Chief executive talking about Centrica. Then, last two sentence, all about Centrica. Walang companies in general. It's not even a research study na would apply for all, di ba? For all companies out there. So, kahit totoo siya, wala namang nabanggit sa passage. What is true in the real world may not be true in the world of the passage item. Learn to separate the two. Doon ka lang mag-focus. Okay? Generalizations are almost always a trap. Kasi lalagay ko lang dyan na all companies, every company, shareholder dividends is divided like this when profits fall. Okay? But from beginning to end, it's just talking about Centrica, not about companies. And that's two different worlds. Okay? So we have 3 lessons already. This is the last one. And I think really needs practice for you to master. Okay? Parang wala masyadong sumagot ng cannot tell. Kasi parang indecisive siya, di ba? Please don't rule out the cannot tell, the none of the above. Okay? Because it is a valid choice. In here, di ba, the statement, read the statement first. Building links to a website will improve the organic rankings. If you just scan the passage, you will find similar words in this sentence. Numerous studies show correlation between the number of links and rankings of a website. Do kahit doon ka lang tumingin. No need to read the whole passage. However, not all links are equal. Research too. Alam ko lahat kayo dito are aiming for the DOST scholarship and you have your share of doing researches, and I know you are familiar na correlation is different from causation. Diba? That's the number one rule in research. Okay? And very seldom lang tayo na nagko-cause and effect. If correlation may be true sometimes, maybe not true next time. That's why you have your percentage of error. Diba? Okay. So in here, you will ask, building links to a website will improve the organic rankings. That's right there, diba? Is it true? No. Kasi the passage said, correlation lang. Walang guarantee. So this will improve is not entirely true. Okay? But, is it false though? Hindi ba siya totoo according to the passage? Hindi din. Kasi the studies indicate a possibility. Diba? So, when you are dealt with this na, true for some, if quality yung links, but not true for others. Kasi correlation lang. So when that happens, it is a cannot tell situation. When you find yourself having an item true for some, true for others, depende, correlations, it's a cannot tell item. Okay? And then, if you are having a hard time analyzing the statement, try applying it in relatable situations. Parang ito. Okay, let's say may paragraph about mental health studies. Okay? And that says, mental exercise will help students pass the exam. Is this true? Diba, hindi naman siya kasinungalingan. But, not all students who did mental exercises passed the exam. So, false para sa mga taong hindi nakapasa, diba? Pero dun sa mga taong nakapasa, totoo siya. So, parang ganun lang din yung statement na to. Totoo siya dun sa mga gumawa ng website na may quality links, pero hindi siya totoo dun sa mga ibang website na walang quality links. Therefore, you cannot tell. Okay? Unless otherwise stated. Okay? So, I know this is tricky, And it would really take a lot of practice. Okay, so it would really help you if you can try other tests. I think iRISE are looking for standard tests. I think it will be beneficial if you give others more practice tests regarding this one, okay, the passages. And then, okay, so in summary, how to read by not reading. Read the statement or questions first. Look for context clues. Never go outside of the passage. And if it's true for others, false for some, it is a cannot tell situation. Okay? So let's have a quick, okay, I think may mga nag-chat. Yes. Sorry, hindi ko nakita. May nakita po akong failed. Haha, outs, gege po. Anong failed? Sorry, Miss Sabelo, can you expound on this? Let's learn from each other. Kanina pa yun. Okay. Media to enforce. I see. Okay. Now let's have, I will challenge you. Now by using our trick of reading the statement first, let's just have 30 seconds for this. And I want everyone to try their best to answer. Kanina parang may mga nasushy talaga na hindi sila mag-enter ng answer eh. Okay, so this time, try your best to answer. Okay? Q1. Okay, go. The correct answer is no. So wag ka na mag-alangan, Sir James Edward Gomez. I want to hear from actually you. James, what did you do here? Answer in 30 seconds. How did you do it? Hello? Okay, so maybe there would be technical difficulties. So I think Rain, as the one who answered first, can elaborate how she did it. And I think less than 15 seconds.
Their face changed. First read the last part, which is the singers are accompanied by orchestra or libretto or song rather than spoken. The singers are accompanied by musical ensemble ranging from small instrumental ensemble to a full symphonic orchestra.
So that's your key statement. So, actually, hindi ko pala na-share. Kapag kabasa niyo ng statement, sobrang haba ng passage, una niyong tignan yung first sentence and the last sentence. Minsan nandun talaga siya. Baka kanina na-experience din natin nasa first sentence na. Okay? So, diba you don't need to read the whole thing and you answered in less than 15 seconds, which is very efficient. Next. Okay. Konti lang And, walang nakatama. It's false. Okay? So, sa last sentence lang, diba first and last. On the contrary, the more we discover about these remarkable creatures, the less we appear superior when we destroy them. And then first sentence mo, parang numerous studies say how are they as friendly as creatures, smart creatures, etc. So, di ba, consistent pa din. And this statement contradicts the first and second sentences. So, the answer is false. Okay? Okay. But I want to hear from, Joy Sabelo. Why did you answer cannot tell? Joy, kaya pa. We're down to like three more practices, then we're done. Nagdalawang isip po ako since merong intelligent sa human. Proven to be less intelligent than once thought. Okay. So parang walang sinabi na less intelligent than human. Tapos yung last sentence parang kino-compare the two. Okay. But here, we are called to think critically. Parang sinasabi dito, diba, na humans are parang what differentiates that we can think on how we can take over the dolphins. So, sino yung once thinking or thought? Kanino yung thought na yon? It's from the humans, diba? So, in here, nandito pa rin yung dolphins comparing to humans and their superiority. So, ayun. Kahit wala yung mismong human word in that, and it's still in the passage, and it applies, consistent siya sa statement, go pa rin siya for that logic. Okay? So, I hope let's do better in the next one. Okay. Yung 3. So, madali lang to eh. Hello? Magkasalita ba? Okay. So let's end this. It's beyond 30 seconds na. Ano kaya ang confusion ng mga future DOST scholars? Climate, hindi nyo ba ito expertise? Okay, sige. Let's break it down. Actually, in here, you can, read muna the statement, read the choices first. Okay? So here, ang first na kiniklaim niya, flowers tend to bloom at certain temperatures. Preserving flowers is a recent hobby. The Victorian period was 250 years ago. Okay, so mayroon kang 3 claim to truths na i-validate mo sa passage. Okay, pagbasa mo, about 500 years ago, people began pressing flowers to preserve them for identification. Okay, so dito sa first sentence, parang yielding to B. Preserving flowers is a recent hobby. But then, 500 years ago, di ba? Mukha bang recent yun? So, hindi. Cross mo na si B. Next na. During the Victorian period, creating personal herbaria of dried plants was popular pastime. So, hobby pa rin, di ba? And cross out na natin si B, so wala na yan. Scientists recently used pressed flowers from that era to derive climate data. So, about climate. So, alin ba dito? Temperatures, di ba? Flowers tend to bloom at certain temperatures. Scientists recently used pressed flowers from that era to derive climate data. So, na-validate mo na yung A. tapos ka na in the third sentence, no need to validate C and D. And then, you get letter A. So, diba, read the statement, siguro the bottom part. That's our rule na lang. The bottom part first before the many-worded passage. Okay? And then, context clues also, diba? Temperature, climate data. Elimination method, nagamit din natin. Okay? So, be prepared to use a mix of lessons, tips, and tricks in each item. Okay? Last one. So, ata ang giveaway question. Hindi ko ma-open yung chat. Yung. I think this is last cue. Sabihin nyo kung ano may concerns pa kayo, questions. Ay! Nabigay ko na yung tamang sagot. Okay. So, diba kahit hindi nyo basahin, ano lang ba yung mga numbers dito with billion? 2.5 billion. And then, ayun na siya. So, it's like really easy because you're just searching for the 2.5 articulation. Parang yung hinanap natin yung MRI kanina, di ba? No need to read the whole passage. Just look for MRI and then read that sentence, then validate. Okay? So dito, magkakapareho 20 billion yung parang common word. And just find that, ano yung katabing number, read the sentence, and then you have your answer. Okay? Okay, so final reminders na tayo, mga bagets. Futures DOST scholars, engineers, geologists, doctors. Okay? Review, read, and repeat. Make it a habit. Okay? For the next month, parang nasabi sa akin ata ni Rain, June yung exam or something. So you have a lot of time till then. And don't, it's just for the test. It's really applicable in all aspects of life. When you know a lot of things, you can talk a lot about the things, you can have a lots of opinions, you will be a better human if you read more. So, diba, don't just do it for the test. Okay? And then practice, practice, practice. So, this is my challenge for the organizers. You, organizations, diba, always claim to serve their stakeholders, other students. So, do more for this one because verbal reasoning is a skill test. A skill test that is grounded on your history of diligence in knowing the facts, in knowing vocabulary, grammar, then connecting this in relationships and all. So you would need a lot of practice for that. So if you can search more practice tests, I would recommend 5, 1 test per month to practice on until you know the reasons behind every correct answer. That's my recommendation. Okay? So review your lessons, read a lot, and then I think siguro 1 practice test per month for verbal reasoning would help you a lot. Okay? Madaming available online, you just have to look. I think iRISE can assist on this and give it to your stakeholders. So I think that's the end of my slide. So I'm really happy to have known future DOST scholars. Pag naging engineer na kayo, geologist, doctor, sana pansinin niyo pa rin ako in the future. So I'll stop sharing and I will give the floor to your wonderful hosts and organizers. Thank you so much.
Thank you po, Ms. Mary Jo Bernadette Evora, for being our today's speaker. We really appreciate you po for taking time off your busy schedule and thank you po for allotting some time in sharing your knowledge to us. If you have anything to say pa po, you can use the platform po before we close the program. So, ayan, thank you guys for being here today. Stay tuned sa social media accounts ng iRISE para maging updated kayo sa mga announcement. Thank you and God bless to all of you. Keep rising.
Thank you so much po. For documentation, Edward. Hello.
Hello po. Narinig po ba ako?
Yes.
Narinig ako?
Yes.
Okay. Apa-open naman po ng cam. Hello po. Pa-open po ng cam. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Isa pa po. 1, 2, 3. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Ate Jo.
Thank you po.
Ay, good luck.